Hello everyone, this is Jacopo, CEO of Dynamite Studios. Here comes the third and final video talking about Endgame Changer, the first major update to Fractured Online since our early access launch, which will be live on February 21st. If you've missed the other video previews, the links are in the description below. Today we talk about new mounts, new abilities for Rangers and Fortresses, the first of many recurring PvP events. Mounts have been present in Fractured Online for a very long time, but the concept has never been well developed. The only mount available in the game have always been horses, and they used to come with random attributes that were basically meaningless. In Endgame Changer, mounts have three attributes: health, speed, and status resistance. The first two are self-explanatory, while the last one is effectively a combination of fortitude and willpower. Each attribute goes from 1 to 5, and the chance to find a 555 is extremely low. The Jungle Runner is only found on Terra and is the fastest mount available in the game, both in walk and run speed, while it doesn't really shine for health and status resistance. It is definitely a solid PvE mount to quickly cross the vast jungles of Terra. The Elder Wolf instead is kind of the opposite. It's only found on Eren and is the slowest mount in the game, slightly slower than a horse, but it makes up for it with its massive health pool and good status resistance, which makes it a very good mount for group PvP. Mind that neither can carry a wagon, so you still need a horse for that. The Archer/Ranger template is a favorite of many MMORPG players, and over time we've received a lot of requests from the community to expand the number of abilities they can learn and use in combat. Well, we are doing so in Endgame Changer, which is introducing 4 new abilities to the School of Archery and 5 new abilities to the School of Hunting. Speaking of the latter, the new abilities include a backwards dash and 4 new traps that can be placed on the ground with a variety of effects, including knockbacks, poison, corrosion, and snares. And finally, here we are talking about Fortresses, the first group PvP event after City Sieges. In Endgame Changer, we are introducing 6 fortresses on the continent of Eren that can be conquered at specific times of day. These conquest events are set on the EU Prime Time for 3 fortresses and the US Prime Time for the other 3. Conquest event times can be dynamically adjusted by us, so we can have more than one per day in the weekends or during national holidays. In order to conquer a fortress, the attackers need to use demolishing weapons, that is, the Great Axe and the Great Hammer, to destroy 3 sets of doors and defeat 3 sets of guard NPCs before they can claim the conquest circle in the throne room. This of course requires defeating the defending players as well, if any, who have the power to move through doors. All players within and around the fortress are treated as neutrals, so there can be free-for-all PvP without karma loss or interference, including from players with a young status. Castle ownership is currently guild-based, but will be switched to alliance-based as soon as guild alliances are implemented, which will be a top priority after the release of Endgame Changer. Sometime after the end of the event, all players who don't belong to the conquering guild are kicked out of the fortress and the coffer in the throne room can be looted. What's in there? You'll find out soon enough, but I can already tell you that primal energy crystals and gold are going to be 2 main components. Now let's talk about what we have in store for future content updates. The focus after the release of Endgame Changer is going to be almost exclusively on endgame content, equally split between PvE and PvP. This includes new events, dungeons, the demon races, guild seasons, and new abilities, particularly for the schools of melee combat. In a nutshell, more reasons to play Fractured Online for a long time. The release of Endgame Changer is behind the corner, so stay tuned and see you all soon in game. Cheers!